Before we begin today's episode, we would like to share a quick disclaimer. The views, opinions, and statements expressed by the hosts and guests on this podcast are their own personal views and are provided in their own capacity. All content is editorial, opinion-based, and intended for entertainment purposes only. Listener discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Silly Goose Society. We are here again talking about America. Hi, Kyle.
And not the Holocaust.
Yeah, for once.
I had to throw something there.
You had to throw it in there. I don't think there's going to be any segue in this whole episode where you can make anything related to World War II or the Holocaust.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So, okay, America's 250th birthday, and I'm kind of thinking about what I could talk about because, I have the Black Cat energy, and I like all things spooky, and, Kyle, let's be serious for a minute. We are not going to do anything serious about the Federalist Papers. We haven't read like a 900-page biography of Alexander Hamilton.
No, because the fucking bullshit-ass overrated fucking play
exactly.
is out there. Fuck
exactly.
That shit.
So, what
Fuck
else
that
can we...
guy, man. Jeez, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. You're gonna... You see this, the rant that I anticipated is happening early.
Proceed.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like, what is actually American that even though it's not like American, it's like we've talked before, like, plenty of places across the planet have their spooky stuff and they're obsessed equally with spooky stuff.
Plenty of places across the planet have a perpetual, palpable feeling towards pagan tradition.
But I feel like, America kind of popularized ghost stories and ghost tales. Like, we've been having kind of like a collective nervous breakdown about ghosts since, like, forever in this country. So what we're going to talk about, I'm going to tell this story.
The ghost of Randy Savage.
This story, there's like an actual... the ghost of... Yeah. So, when you think about, like, the American history and our relationship with the spooky, art historians and folklorists can, like, draw this actual timeline. In the colonial era, everyone's terrified of the woods, convinced the New World was, like, previously owned by the devil. Post-independence, like, now we're a country... It's like this country needed to develop our own monsters. So we have the birth of, like, the Jersey Devil, the Headless Horseman. We've made up and developed our own cryptids. Then we have the Civil War. And then we have, like, so many people die on the battlefield that becomes, like, a whole haunted section of real estate. And then we have the industrial era where... ghosts kind of like move into the city, and now we're into modern day where we have shows, we're just collectively obsessed with the paranormal. So, granted, this is like a whole buffet of buffoonery before us, right?
A buffet of buffoonery before us.
There's an alliteration for you.
God, Jesus, God, there's so many of them.
But I searched really high and low for, like, one specific story, and I found one that has pretty much gone through our almost 250 years of existence as a country. And there is one story that does span all of this and goes right up into present time. Have I titillated you enough?
I was going to say something there, but then you were titillated, and I'm like,
No, I know.
It's like my kryptonite. Because I go to say something, I'm like, that's a fun word because it's got tit in it and like.
Right. Yeah, I was baiting you there. So
yep. Nope. Leaving that joke too.
You're just leaving it. Yeah. Yeah. Just leave it.
Baiting there. You're a master at it. Ha ha. You know.
So like I said, there's this one story that does all this. It starts on the land that was sacred before any Europeans showed up.
Waffle House. It
runs straight through the actual founding father era. And like this story also includes like a future president makes a cameo in this story.
The fuck is this? Avengers Doomsday?
Exactly.
Cameo of the president from the future. What the fuck are you talking about?
And it ends with a doom metal band and like Discovery Channel specials.
Okay, hold on a second. It starts with the and then this. And okay, so when you say doom metal, you mean like the genre doom metal, or do you mean like Mick Gordon, like who does the metal for the video game Doom?
No, I mean like genre. Like it's classified a doom metal band with a very specific name.
Okay, I was about to say I'm gonna have an erection either way. I just need to know which octave I need to grunt in.
Yeah, there you go.
Quick shout out, not sponsored at all by this one, but Mick Gordon, I fucking love you. That is some of the greatest scores and soundtracks to any fucking video game just ever in the history of man. Proceed.
Okay. So, what we're going to talk about is the Bell Witch story. And I think hopefully by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why I picked this as kind of America's #1 ghost story.
Because the ghost
and
is really
I will also say
Werber Jaegerman Jensen?
That was the literal magazine headline in 1937 that this was America's #1 ghost story. But
America's #1
we'll go on to this.
The #1 ghost story in America today. Like, you sound like every jackass after any movie fucking comes out over the weekend. Moana live action is the #1 movie in America. The fuck it is. It's the only movie playing. Get the fuck. Anywho, proceed. The Bong Witch program or whatever. Blair Witch program.
Bell Witch.
Bell Witch. Bell Witch? Like a sandwich?
Which, interestingly, there is, you said, the Blair Witch. Mm-hmm. They think that some of this story about the Bell Witch was actually used in the Blair Witch Project.
The only thing used in the Blair Witch Project was really bad camera angles and shitty writing.
I hated that movie. I swear. Can we just aside 20 seconds here? Everyone was like all jacked up about this movie, and it was supposed to be like so scary, and I fucking hated it. Like
found footage movies piss me off.
Oh, like I didn't get it. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, found footage
okay,
movies.
so
meanwhile, there's other shit that should be made like found footage that would be so much better, but digress.
Yeah, another episode. All right, so what I want to do is I want to set up kind of like the stage for all of this that goes down and talk about a little bit about the geography, okay? But I'll make this part really fast. So we are in Robertson County, Tennessee, and specifically there's a spot on the Red River that is now a tiny town called Adams. And Adams has a population of about 600 people. So
that is really tiny.
It is. So, you have to really just think about that this entire concept of this town's tourism is built on this one ghost story. It's a one ghost town, if you will.
This town ain't big enough for the two of us.
Right.
Or for the boo of us. This town is not big enough for the boo of us. Yeah.
All
also,
right.
just put into perspective of how small of a fucking town 600 people is. In my high school, staff and whatever the hell included was like 1,100 people. My high school was twice the size of this fucking town.
Yeah, exactly. So tiny town. All right, so we have a man named John Bell Sr., and he was born in 1750 in North Carolina.
Not to be confused with a man named Sue.
Right. No boy named Sue. So, just to kind of get you to understand like the timeline here is that we are solidly in the era where these people would have known somebody who fought in the Revolutionary War. So we're in this territory of timeline.
Yeah.
So, and during this area, because so John Bell does the classic thing that everyone does is they're like, you know what, land is kind of cheap out west. Let's just go out west. So
land is cheap out west. Yeah, but for them, out west is literally just like 100 yards that way.
Exactly. Well, I was going to say they didn't get too far because they end up in just west and end up in Tennessee. So
the
around
price of land out west was the price of the bullets you needed to kill the people who lived on the land you wanted.
Exactly. So around 1804, he buys a farm on the Red River in Robertson County, and he buys 1,000 acres. So, and he does the whole thing. He builds a house, he starts a family, he does like the whole frontier thing. So one thing I do want to acknowledge here, because I think a lot of people, I just want to take a minute of seriousness to kind of acknowledge that the fact that this land and the bluff of like where the famous cave ends up being in this story, it sets on ancient native burial grounds. And so we're and when I say Native American, we're talking Mississippian era, which is a civilization that was kind of doing its thing in this area for up to 1,000 years before we arrived. So long-standing ancient civilization here. Okay,
that's like Rome is still a very established thing by then. The Vikings haven't even started fucking up England yet.
Yeah.
Like by the time this was okay. Yikes.
Yeah, so before we get to like the land dispute, and there's already kind of this layer of you know what, maybe don't build your farmhouse directly on top of somebody else's ancestors,
dick move. It's just dick move.
Yeah, and I feel like, okay, there's kind of this trope of things are on an Indian burial ground and everything's automatically hot. There's just like this overused trope in horror stories and ghost stories. And, this trope is in everything from like poltergeist to Scooby-Doo episodes, right? I mean, it's like it's
Family Guy did an
episode
it's
or everywhere.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, and just to kind of be real for a moment, that I just want to drive home, because I think this is part of the story that a lot of people, like, they gloss over it or they just use it kind of in a trope setting. But, seriously, this land had history and a people attached to it before anything else ever went down, on this. So yeah, I just want to, like, there's a couple moments in here I just want to be real about, like, historically what was happening here. So this land was absolutely taken from an ancient civilization and American Indians here. So anyway, frontier family, unresolved land history, nice farm in the Red River. Nothing weird happening yet, right? So this is kind of like the act one of a horror story where everyone's just sitting around having a nice dinner, right? So now we get to be introduced to our other lead in this story, which is Kate Batts. Okay?
That's a fun name.
Kate is a neighbor, right? Batts. Kate is a neighbor, and she's a widow. She has, like, for many, many years, she's been running her own affairs. She has a legendary temper, and, like, the community always is like, this woman's, like, eccentric. But also, I think that back in the day, any woman that was like an unmarried woman or a widow that like talks back to the men folk are always classified as eccentric, right?
And
then they like right, and then they decide that she's a witch.
Crazy from?
Batshit crazy, maybe,
kids, maybe.
So in 1817, Kate and John Bell get into a land deal that goes bad. And so I looked up, there's so many different sources that kind of disagree on some of the specifics. Some accounts say that this is kind of a straightforward property dispute. Other people, and this is another part where I want to be like very serious here, that and this is another part of the history that a lot of people, when they tell this, gloss over this, that the dispute was really about the sale of enslaved people as part of this land deal. And, you know, that's just, again, an ugly part of frontier Tennessee economics. And so I just wanted to acknowledge that, you know, that depending on the sources that you look at for this story, it's either going to just boil it down to a land dispute, or it's going to include, you know, the history of enslaved people. And that'll come back into the story. Because I'm trying to tell this story, like, I know there's going to be part, you know, like we're joking and lighthearted, but there is some like historical significance to some of the stuff that goes on here.
It's very serious, and we want to show our respect to it.
Yeah. I want to take a moment and really kind of give respect to the truth of the matter here. All right. So, kind of going back to more of the folklore version, then this is kind of the version that kind of gets repeated for the next 200 years, is that the simple story that is told is that Kate believes John Bell cheated her. She's furious, and as per the legend, on her deathbed, she curses him and vows right, and vows to haunt him and his family forever. Right.
Forever.
And I think, like, just a little bit of, like, appreciate the commitment here. Like, you know how many people will be like, you know, I'll come back and get you, or I'll haunt you. Like, she, to my knowledge, is maybe the only person in recorded American history who followed through with it. This story gets really wild, let me tell you. 2 centuries of, I'm going to make your life and your lineage a total living hell. So she passes away. Months pass and nothing happens. All right. And then in 1817, and I need you to do like the Beetlejuice, it's showtime.
Okay, you need to do what here?
Because it's showtime. Yeah.
Okay. Ready? It's showtime.
Exactly. That's how when I was writing this and I wrote that it's showtime. That's exactly what was going through my head, and I was like, I've got to get him to do the soundbite here. Mm-hmm. All right, so John Bell is out patrolling his cornfield at dusk, you know, doing landowner things, and he sees a creature. And I need you to picture this in your brain, okay?
Oh, Christ, here we go.
The body of a dog.
Get out of here, Elizabeth Olsen.
The head of a rabbit. Glowing eyes. It just was a complete and utter nightmare of, like, mixed breed rescue animal.
Mixed breed. Siri, add song title. Mixed breed rescue animal. Save. Thank you.
So, and John Bell does the very 1817 thing, which is to try to immediately shoot it. and
Maybe
Mrs.
1870 thing. That's also the 1970 thing. It's going to be the 2070 thing. Like, it's just the most American thing.
Yeah.
It's shoot it,
then ask questions.
Drench it in barbecue sauce.
But he misses, it vanishes, and where it vanished, scorched grass was left from where it stood. Then, that night, they heard scratching on the walls, and it was like claws dragging across the wood. And then, by the fall, it escalates into full poltergeist mode. Bedposts are being gnawed on, chains dragging across the floors that don't have chains in them. I mean, like, you can hear chains, and you can see where the chains have been. Blankets getting yanked off of sleeping children. It was, just like, think about, like, all the tropes. This was like the classic haunted house starter pack, with some of the things that were happening. And then this fucking thing starts talking.
This motherfucker just starts talking. And it's like, what? It's like 18 whatever now? So it's talking...
This
like
is
all old-timey and shit now?
1817.
1817. So bully fisticuffs and shit like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So then, like I said, this thing starts talking, and it identifies itself at one point as Old Kate Batts.
Old Kate Batts.
And then, like, one account said that it called itself the Old Kate Batts Witch. So, depending on who's telling the story, it either adds or leaves off the witch part. And then... So, yeah, it was just like this entity. It either was Kate or it leaned into, like, being called Kate. I just had this picture of, like, this entity roaming around. Like, it was, like, workshopping a stage name, and then it, like, finally said Kate Batts or Kate, and then it liked the response that it got, and so it was like, that's it, I'm Kate. I don't know. Just how I picture things.
So you said that it's like trying to like workshop its way in. You made the Beetlejuice reference, so I'm just kind of picturing it's in like that office of like the underworld from like fucking Beetlejuice, and there's like the chick in HR. It goes, oh fuck, we need to name this goddamn thing that's fucking with the bells over this one. I was like, but this one, and like you just hear him calling out the names. Kate Batts, the Kate Batts. She cursed him. The witch. There you go. That's
there you go. That's it.
Sends it off. The fucking lady with the fucking not bad kid, not bad. I love that lady.
So the one thing that I really appreciate about this Kate entity, and I guess
is the fact that she fucking hated a man so much that she cursed him on her last words. Her last words was literally "fuck this guy" in particular for eternity.
But she's just like, whatever this entity is, it is not like a subtle haunting. It's not like, I'm going to be a cold spot in the middle of the hallway. No.
It's not I thought I closed that drawer. It's like, did we ever set the cat on fire? When did we get the cat?
Yeah. So she is taking sugar out of the sugar bowl. She's spilling milk. She's stealing beds off quilts. She slaps people.
Beds?
Quilts off beds.
Okay.
She's slapping people. She's pinching people. And
this
then
isn't subtle. At the same time, this is like low level, like pranking.
Exactly. That's why I love it. I love it. And then, so this is like a direct quote from somebody in the historical accounts of this. It says, she laughs at the discomfort. Wait, I read that wrong. Laughs at the discomfiture of its victims. So, like, she's not only doing this, but, like, she's got some comedic timing because she's cracking herself up at the shit that she's doing.
Because it's like the pettiest shit ever. She's not like killing people and like breaking. She's spoiling the milk. She's taking the sugar. She's unscrewing the salt shaker and just putting it back on there. There's a rubber band on the fucking hose on the sink. Like,
yeah,
she's just like, you know what I mean? Like the like lowest level. She is the entity in charge of heck. Not full blown hell where you're set to like all eternity.
Yeah.
It's just you're mildly inconvenienced every day a little bit.
Yeah. Like I figured like she's like the ghost that would just move your furniture over 2 inches to see if you like bang your knee into something because you're used to it, you know, like that subtle. Anyway.
Like Helen Keller's family used to do to her to punish her.
Yeah, exactly.
Just move the chairs over 2 inches.
So the other thing that this entity did is it spoke multiple languages and would quote sermons word for word from churches that Kate never attended. She would also set dogs on people she didn't like. So she would just actually like sick actual physical dogs on specific family members. So like, yeah, petty and resourceful.
Sermons from church. I need to hear her do like a Mississippi Baptist. I need to hear her ghost.
Right.
And then the nose and on harmony. It's the ladder man. I need to hear this. I need to hear a ghost doing.
No. So here's like one of my like this is a good part of the story. So this entity or Kate also claims to be the ghost of a different dead man entirely.
Told you, Jacob Marley, the fucking chains.
Who had allegedly buried treasure on the property, okay?
I take that back, Long John Silver.
This entity then turns around and convinces this entire family that there was a dead man on this property and he buried treasure and leads the entire fucking family on a treasure hunt. Gets their hopes up, has them digging all over the fucking 1,000 acres.
It's so
and
much
then
fucking
like
land.
cackles at them, I know, cackles at them for being stupid enough to fall for it.
You dumb motherfuckers.
Like she is like this is a prank war from I don't know, from the great beyond. I don't know. The more I research this and I love it. I absolutely.
Oh man,
I'm kind of in Kate's corner right now.
This is the type of fucking ghost I would be. Hit the remote.
Yeah.
Real sick shit.
Right? Yeah. 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 So then it kind of like takes a turn here from like this kind of like, I don't know, tomfoolery kind of haunting. And then she kind of like hones in on 2 people specifically in the family. John Bell himself and then his daughter Betsy, who was reportedly like his favorite daughter and she was a teenager at the time. Which interestingly...
We know what that means.
Which, interestingly enough, poltergeist activity is often also linked with females in their teenage years. Like, so, like, the more hormonal a teenager starts being, the poltergeist activity starts going off the hook. Anyway, that's a side rant about paranormal stuff, but I just found that interesting that she honed in on the daughter who was also a teenager, and this is very, very like kind of, I mean, really scary poltergeist activity.
Oh, boo, no more fun shit?
Right, yeah.
Damn.
All right, so Betsy gets slapped in her sleep. She gets thrown across rooms. Has her...
She's bitch slapping.
Right? Has her hair yanked into knots.
Ooh.
And then Betsy, in the midst of all this, gets engaged to a local guy named Joshua Gardner.
God, these are the shittiest old-timey white names ever.
I know.
Nathaniel Smith.
Kate completely lost her shit over this and then started like making threats and made it clear that she did not approve of the wedding, and then like harass Kate to the point, and Joshua to the point where the engagement fell apart. I don't know why Kate cared so much about Betsy's love life or like what the deal was between them, but like she was in it to win it. Here's where I'm going to circle back to the enslaved workers, because again, this is part of it that often gets told out of the retellings that I've seen a couple like Bell Witch movies, and I've never seen this in any movie, but so the family did have some enslaved workers, but they also reported encounters with this entity, including a man named Dean.
Fuck me, Jesus Christ.
Right, who said it regularly appeared to him as a two-headed dog-like creature.
So Dean found the mushrooms in the middle of the woods.
Right. Yeah, so, like, the haunting wasn't exactly... It didn't just sit with the Bell family. It went to people they were associated with, and like the people who were on and worked the land, on that farm. So anyway, all right. Okay, now here's where a future United States president enters the chat. Are you ready? The word of the haunting spreads. People are traveling for miles to hear the Bell Witch speak. They want to hear this thing talk. And according to legend, this eventually catches the attention of Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Trail of Tears Jackson.
The future 7th president of the United States, who is at this point a general, decides
Still no less of a dickhead.
Exactly. But he decides he and his men are going to check it out personally. And part of the legend says that as his wagon approaches the Bell farm, and it was on a perfectly smooth stretch of road, it just stops. It won't move. The wheels are fine. The horses are fine. Nothing is stuck in it. It just will not go. And Jackson allegedly says, "By the eternal boys, it is the witch." And then this disembodied voice responds and says something like, "All right, General, let the wagon move on. I will see you again tonight." And then, sure enough, the wagon starts rolling again like nothing had ever happened. So
it was on like a smooth area of road. We're talking about the 18 whatever the hell. So we're still talking what, cobblestone?
Yeah, like dirt, maybe smooth dirt. Who knows? Yeah. So that night, according to the legend, we're in folklore territory here. One of Jackson's men, who claimed to be a professional witch tamer.
Oh yeah, which I'm sure worked great for you there, Andrew fucking Tate.
Yeah, which, kind of like, can we get that job title back? Because
witch tamer.
Witch tamer.
I think they call them doms. Yes.
Yeah. Gets thrown bodily out of the house by an invisible force. And then the whole party leaves the next morning, with Jackson supposedly saying he'd rather refight the entire War of 1812 than spend one more night in the house.
That guy's a fucking pussy. Fuck that guy.
Right. So, folklore territory. Now, historians will say that this never happened, because Jackson's actual whereabouts at the time don't necessarily line up, and This chapter of the legend kind of traces back to one guy writing a letter in 1894. So, 70 plus years after the fact, this guy's writing his own story of this, collective events that happened over these years, adds in all the stuff about Andrew and, I don't know. So many things in history, things get muddled, people make things up. Who knows? So, I don't know. By the time it got around in 1894, did they feel like this story needed some kind of celebrity endorsement to make it more juicy? Or, I don't know. I don't know why they would feel the need to, embellish the story when the story already is kind of fucked up to begin with. But anyway, so then let's go to the death of John Bell. In 1820, John Bell's health starts to decline, and the family later said that the witch had been promising repeatedly that she would kill him. Mm-hmm. So his death wasn't necessarily a surprise or anything. They kind of said that, this witch had been threatening to kill him for years. And so when he did die, it was on the morning of December 19th. He doesn't wake up at his normal time. The family can't fully rouse him. His son goes to grab medicine from the cabinet, and instead of the medicine, finds a small vial nobody recognized. And everyone in the family says they didn't put it there. They have no idea where it came from. And then the witch, straight up takes credit for it. And she says she put the vial there, gave him a dose of it while he slept, and that's what killed him. They did test the contents out on a cat, and it was poisonous because the cat died immediately. So John Bell officially died, I guess, the next day on December 20th, 1820 is his official date of death. The other thing that I mean, I know that guy's dead and I shouldn't be laughing because he died, but the thing that I found hilarious was the coroner's official ruling on his cause of death. And I need you to say this in your head with a very formal, old-timey voice.
Very formal, old-timey voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Divine visitation.
This is Tennessee too, right? This is all in Tennessee?
Yeah. Divine visitation is the official ruling from the coroner's office.
You said to say it with an old-timey doctor voice, but all I heard was
just a formal old time,
a formal old time. Listen.
Chances
honestly,
are the
you're
coroner's
saying that.
some
I don't know
old
why.
Doctor,
I just keep hearing Ducky from NCIS. I'm just hearing him say it.
Right?
You know what I mean? Jethro, I have the reports here. Oh, yeah, send down Navi. Thank you. I don't know why there's a weird British accent to it, but... Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's the medical explanation of the time, that this guy died by God showing up and basically saying, I don't just, what kind of paperwork had to be filed to get God involved in this whole thing? I don't know. Just divine visitation. Either that or the guy was out on a bender because I don't fucking know. He's killed by God. I don't fucking know. Just yeah,
God killed
exactly.
Him. He said fuck him in particular. Divine visitation?
Yeah, divine visitation.
Is that the thing that him and Mary had set up for Jesus when he got him on the weekends? You know what I mean? Is that
Shared custody.
Yeah.
So then after John Bell's funeral, and I do think this is kind of genuinely eerie, witnesses said that once the grave was filled in and everyone had said their goodbyes, the witch started singing very loudly and happily. And some accounts specifically say she was singing drinking songs at a funeral for a man she just claimed she killed, and basically kept singing until everyone left the cemetery.
This lady is... She is goated. The ghostly goat is what I'm calling this woman. Are you shitting me, man?
Right?
She's literally out there. The man is dead who I've just killed. What'd you do with a drunken sailor? What'd you do with a drunken sailor? Like, just fucking hula hula hula. Like, I love it.
Yeah, crazy. I mean, it's just there, and there's like tons. I'm trying to like consolidate this, but there's just like tons of stuff that went down in this story. But like, so now, all the events happen, and eventually things kind of like die down. But there was, in 1856, a letter showed up at the Saturday Evening Post, written by someone identified only as H, describing the Tennessee ghost. So this is 30 plus years after it supposedly happened, and then it starts spreading again through national newspapers. In 1880, a different kind of haunted house story pops up in Springfield, Tennessee, where there is mysterious knocking, hundreds of people showing up to camp outside and listen. There were journalists trying to cover it, and they start specifically bringing up the Bell Witch case as a reference point for this haunting. So, like, by 1880, the Bell Witch is kind of, like, already, I guess, like, I don't know, shorthand kind of comparison into any other haunting that, starts happening in America. And then in 1894, a newspaper editor named Martin V. Ingram...
Finally,
Ingram?
a different fucking name, not just some vanilla-ass horseshit.
Publishes the first full-length book on it, entitled An Authenticated History of the Famous Bell Witch.
Authenticate, Jesus fucking Christ.
Right,
They named
I know.
books. They named books like Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco did fucking songs.
I know.
An Authenticated History, Volume 14, of a witch that found this man and did these other things in Unspoken Tales. Get fucked, Budgie. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Which there are a lot of details that we now think of as the story actually came from this book, and this includes also the Andrew Jackson cameo. So this book does a lot of the narrative heavy lifting for something, again, that was written like 70 plus years after the fact. And then in 1937, a Nashville journalist named T.H. Alexander digs up an old claim that the witch had promised back in 1828 to return in 107 years. He does the math. So 1828 plus 107 is 1935. He figures close enough and decides in 1937 to publish basically a prophecy fulfillment countdown. And then Tennessee at this point loses its fucking mind. Newspaper reporters genuinely started worrying about the witch's return. There's a 40-minute radio dramatization on WSM with over 40 voice actors and musicians.
So suck it, Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Shut up. No. You put respect on Jeff Hayes'
Put some
name.
respect on it.
Right. There's a stage play that opens up on Halloween night, and Alexander later flat out admitted, that he mostly did this because he really just liked a good ghost story and knew it would sell. So he basically admitted he manufactured a media panic for this, just, I don't know, for shits and giggles to sell. And, it worked. It worked so well that the grandson of the original Bell family had to write to the newspaper begging them to stop publishing what he would call as the rubbish.
The rubbish.
The rubbish. Yeah. Yeah. So, 100 years later, the family is still dealing with shit coming from this whole story. Eventually, there will be a Bell Witch cantata. Bell Witch cantata that premiered at Carnegie Hall. Then we have a doom metal band literally named Bell Witch.
Mm-hmm.
There's an annual play performed in Adams every year as part of the whole Bell Witch Fall Festival. The story is widely cited as one of the direct inspirations for the Blair Witch Project. There was a 2006 movie called An American Haunting. Mm-hmm. And in 2008, the actual cave associated with the legend got added to the National Register of Historic Places. So it is an official federal government stamped historic site.
So now she's paying ghost taxes.
For a ghost, right. And then to this day, thousands of people show up every year to tour the cave and visit the reconstructed cabin. And, so, the actual arc of this whole episode is we have sacred land. I started to say secret land. Sacred land. Secret land. A land dispute curse, a rabbit-headed dog, a slapped president-to-be, a grieving family, a manufactured media pandemic, a manufactured media panic, a metal band, a National Register plaque, 200 plus years, and it's never stopped being a story that's has wanted to tell, and here I am telling it tonight.
It again.
Yeah.
He said, it's got this, it's got that, and I almost jumped in and no, let her cook. It's got this, it's got that, it's got this many movies, and it was in at least one podcast episode.
Right. Exactly. So, that's pretty much it. That's, America turns to 50, and somewhere in Robertson County, Tennessee, there's a ghost.
There's a ghost that's fucking with the family for all fucking eternity.
Yeah, for better or worse, has had consistent brand recognition for most of these 250 years. She's outlasted presidents, newspapers, radios, movie franchises.
Disco.
She got a federal historic landmark. So, yeah, I think I just genuinely think that this story is as an American ghost story as you could possibly get. And I don't think it's by far the scariest, but it just seems to have everything in it that you could possibly think of.
I would say that the highlight of the story is the petty years, her little teenage years there. Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's just yes. That's just. He wakes up in the morning, his bed's covered in piss, but it's not his. She's just peeing on him. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if this is the number one kind of ghost story, can you think of anything that you would classify as the second most American ghost story? Not Ghostbusters.
No. Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
I'm insanely biased towards that though. But it takes place in like pretty goddamn American like area.
Yeah.
Almost
I would
anyone and
definitely
everyone
think
knows
that
it.
is
That's a big one.
That's a pretty American ghost story. Yeah.
And it's not necessarily a ghost story, but I feel something else that's also incredibly I know there's ghost stories in there. Maybe I'll look one up for our episode next week, so on and so forth. But like the Salem witch trials, like the Salem witches and the hauntings and the weird shit that happened after that, those are pretty goddamn, pertinent, Percocet, known, whatever.
Yeah. Also, the other thing I think about on this, like, can you imagine what it would be like to just go buy 1,000 acres of like virgin land?
That's just
as far as they were concerned, it was just
there was so much fucking land.
1,000 acres just to buy it and say, okay, this is where I'm gonna live now.
So much.
Yeah. It is a lot.
Shit, now you got me thinking of other, like, American ghost stories.
Well, here's a question for you.
Oh, Christ.
What is, like, okay, if you were going to be targeted by a ghost, what's, like, the smallest thing that would convince you that this ghost was targeting you? Like, what would be your sign to say, oh yeah, this ghost specifically has beef with me?
The shower is always just too cold.
You and your fucking shower.
Hey. I wasn't even saying that was you. Hi. I don't know. I can't think of anything because, like, you picked a bad time to ask me that question because I feel like I'm just kind of going through a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah,
so
you are being inconvenienced left and right for the last 3 months.
Yeah, and I'm like, is this a ghost or like, am I just really shit luck?
Yeah, so I think, like, I've thought about this too. Like, what would be the clear sign that a ghost was fucking with me and, like, specifically targeting me? And I was trying to think of, like, what was, like, the smallest inconvenience that it could give me. And I think actually it would probably be like just messing with my Alexa, and I think I just triggered her by saying that. But like, I'm very specific. Like, I've been, I have my audiobooks that I listen to, and like, if all of a sudden like books were coming up out of order or things were like, if I'm listening to it and all of a sudden it cuts out, I think that would be like an inconvenience for me because I would. You
know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say shit is, because I'm kind of the same way with my workbench. So like certain tools of certain places, and if that shit was like unorganized, I was just like, absolutely not. There's something's somewhere still
going,
wants something to me.
Which I will say. I did, and as I've been thinking about the small inconveniences. So, funny story about, I have noticed, like, for the last, I don't know, it's been maybe like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I've noticed that as I'm listening to it late at night, my Dungeon Crawler Carl books on audio, that all of a sudden, like, it just stops playing. And I'm like,
because you got shitty Wi-Fi. It's not a ghost.
No, I'll tell you what it is, because I found out what it is. And I just would be like, oh, you fucking hoe, would you just play Audible? Like, would get so mad at this, inanimate object. And so Maddie was visiting, and she was talking about a book or something that she was wanting. And I was like, hey, I've got some Audible credits. You can use it. And she was like, oh, huh. Have you been noticing anything going on with your Audible account? Anything weird? And I'm like, yeah, actually I have. Like, it just will stop playing my book. And she just started laughing. She has access to my Amazon account. And so she was like, yeah, I've saw a couple times that you were on Audible listening, and this is a direct quote from her, listening to that fuck-ass Dungeon Crawler Carl book, and I've just messed with you, and I've been stopping it. And I'm like, oh, that's you.
All love and respect. What a bitch.
I was cracking up. I was like, she was just like, she was like, so yeah, funny. I saw you were listening to it, and I just kept stopping it. And I'm like, it's you. I was like, I was getting so mad at my device. I was like, what the hell? She was cracking up. I'll get her back one of these days.
Shit.
I was like, I want to take Amazon cart privileges from you.
Yeah, sponsor your own fucking dinners, bitch.
Yeah, she is my Bell Witch.
I love it.
But, yeah. Good times.
Oh, Mom's listening to a book. No, she's not.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah. It's our love language. So, yeah. I guess that's it. Thanks everyone for listening to this episode. Happy 250th America, you beautiful haunted bitch of a country.
Beautiful haunted bitch.
You're haunted, and literally it's all your fault. So we love you, hauntings and all, but it is your fault.
Yes. And added to America's 200.
Hello? You're muted. Hello? Oh my god, it's the Bell Witch. I'm showing you as muted, Kyle. Hello? Oh god. Did he just leave? Okay, you're back. You've been muted.
You can hear me?
Yeah, you muted yourself.
I did not. I fucking did not. Anyhow.
Oh my god.
If that bullshit happens, it's the fucking witch, man.
I know.
Hey, are you doing this? Are you doing this through your Amazon shit? Is Maddie like, oh, she's recording? Fuck her.
No. She can't. She has no access to any of this.
Okay.
Yeah, you went on mute. Like it was like you were in the middle of, because the last thing I heard was something like, speaking of 200, to add on to the 250 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I got a notification. It said you were fully uploaded, and I was like, what the fuck? And then you just went mute. Like everything grayed out for you.
What the fuck? I've been here the whole time, and I was like, oh shit, like it just cut out. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and I've just been like, oh my god, it's the Bell Witch.
I've heard everything you said.
Yeah, and then I just have another thing that your recording will continue on a new track. Dude, it's the Bell Witch. It's Kate. We've been nothing
but nice to you, and
right.
You know what it is? Is me talking shit to my grandmother. She goes, I'm gonna get that little fucker.
Yeah. Yeah, so what did you say? Say it real quick.
Okay, what I was gonna say, to add on to the 250th, upon the release of this episode, so we've been saying happy birthday to America for turning 250, and hey, Tyler, you little shit, happy birthday to you too. You may not be 250, but you're still getting pretty fucking old. What did you say? You beautiful haunted bitch? Is that what you called America?
Yeah.
Okay. You bitch ass motherfucker. There you go.
and for those that need context, this is his brother, so he's allowed to call him whatever he wants to. It's their love language.
Yeah. Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. The two of you that look nothing alike.
The two of you that look nothing alike, but everyone says you do.
Yeah, once again, I don't get it. Everyone says you two look like twins. I don't get it. Everyone says that you look like that fucking country singer. I don't get it.
That one I see more than me and my brother sometimes. Like, I will say this. There is one picture. And I swear to God, there is one picture I've seen of me, and I'm like, why is there a picture of Ty? Oh, that's me. There's one picture.
I need to see that because I have looked at pictures and
yeah,
you've sent me pictures and you're like, see, and I'm like, no.
Well, hold on,
you guys.
Hold on.
I will say that you guys look enough alike that I can tell that there's a family resemblance there. Do I think that you two are like interchangeable, like almost like twins? Absolutely not.
Mm. Yeah, we've been getting that like our whole lives. That everyone thought we were twins. Maybe younger pictures of us were pretty close.
Maybe that's what I need to see.
I think the most recent pictures we have, we don't look a whole lot alike. When we were younger,
No, I need to see like childhood photos, and maybe I'd get it. But as of like,
you ain't seen no like childhood photos. The only way you're seeing childhood photos.
I will call your dad. I will call your dad and mom and be like.
Only way you are seeing childhood photos is if you bring happy miserable ass to Connecticut and Mama Dukes actually like shows you pictures.
Hey, don't put it past me.
Yeah, I know you will.
But anyway. All right. Well, thanks for listening. I think we need to wrap things up. We are now way over time. Thanks for listening. You all know what to do at this point. Like, listen, share, do all the things, join Discord, buy our shit, the whole thing. Thank you. We appreciate you. And that's all I got. Before the Bell Witch gets us again. Goodbye.
Honk.